Hi, good morning. I am going to talk about how to organize a man's closet in 8 steps. Now, ladies, and no offense, men, but most men do not stay or care about organization. If you do, congratulations, you made yourself and anyone else that you live with very happy. Um, but for most of us, the struggle is real. There's a constant struggle. Now, I do tell my husband that I will keep spending money on organization systems until he stays organized. So we'll see how that goes. I will Now, in the next episode, I'll talk about his side uh, drawers and his chest of drawers. But right now, we're just talking about organizing a closet. And I have to admit, I do have to reorganize it every year. A lot of my systems, if they work, I just have to keep them tidy every so often. But most of the systems, if they work, they work. They're still working the next year. They may just need a slight reset, but other than that, if they don't work and it's a complete mess, then we know we have to pick another system because that system's not working. That's the thing about organizing is we have to keep figuring out what system works for us so that it's just as easy to put things away as it is to leave it out. Um, so I have to admit, other family members are a challenge. They will always be a challenge because you can't make your family members do any more than what you want them to do. I mean, you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. So that is, you have to either live with it, love them unconditionally, or you can fight with them every day for the rest of your life. And I choose to just love unconditionally and complain every so often and reorganize it once a year if needed. So that's my philosophy. But here are some ways, and I have organized for my husband this year, and some other ideas that may work for you. Now, store folded sweaters on shelves or folded in a drawer. Sweaters should be folded to keep them from stretching out while hanging, and this method will help them to retain their shape and allow you to quickly browse through the colors or the options. Plus, if they're hung, they get those little horns from the hangers that stay there all day when you're wearing them. Um, Now, here in the South, we do not wear sweaters very often. My husband doesn't even own a sweater. But me, I have a bottom drawer in my Chester drawer that's deep enough to hold cube organizers bins, cube bins. So all of my winter accessories are in 2 of those cube bins, and then I have all my swimsuits and summer accessories and towels and stuff in 2 bins on the top of my shelf in my closet, and then I just switch those out seasonally. And you can do that for men as well. My husband's swimsuit and towel is hung on a hanger in the closet, but any extra beach wear is in a bin under the bed. Under the bed is great for storage, especially for seasonal storage. Let's see. But back to my okay, and then using drawers for casual items, just so that you don't take up your valuable closet space. Now, it depends on what size closet you have. My husband and I, we have a small walk-in closet, but it is, again, a walk-in closet. So we have a place to hang. In my closet, I have a place to hang on the left and the right, bottom and top. Although I did take the bottom off on the right side, because I needed that extra space, and I didn't need to hang anything there. My husband's closet, he has left, right, and a rod in the front, and it's also double rods on the left and the right. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. But my husband's workout t-shirts and shorts are in drawers. I would say Marie Kondo folded, but who am I kidding? I just folded it and then rolled it and stuck it in the drawer. That's as close to Marie Kondo that my husband's gonna maybe go for. I don't even know. I just know it's gonna be easy. He's probably not even gonna keep it folded. But we can close the drawer. But that's the way I have it, hoping that he will fold it, roll it, and stick it back in his closet. Drawer. Sorry about that. Drawer. Now, he does, however, his rock and roll t-shirts that he loves, he hangs them up right out of the washing machine so that they don't shrink. Anything that he doesn't want to shrink, he hangs up. I did recently place a hanging cube organizer in his closet. This will either be used for his workout clothes so he can grab and put them back, or his nicer shoes. In my closet, I have long sleeve t-shirts and lounge pants. And you can do this also for your husband's if he has these type of items. Short sleeve t-shirts and my shorts. And then I have all of my nicer shoes, because I have 2 hanging cube organizers. So it just depends on what you're storing and what you use them for. Now, I do use one of those folding boards to fold all of my t-shirts when I put them in the cube organizers, so they fit perfectly and look nice. But for my husband, I know I gave him one for his t-shirts, but as of yet he has not used it. So this is a new year, we will see. So that's how those cube organizers can be used in his closet for his workout clothes or his nicer shoes. Now, we already mentioned how my closets are set up, but if you do not have double rods in your closet, you can easily put those in with some tension rods or PVC pipe and some little plastic things that you put to hold those, so that it holds it nice and steady. And then one side has you can slide it out if you need to take it down, but you can put those up in so that you can have your stuff hung on double rods. And we're going to talk about that, because men typically don't need full length areas for hanging dresses, or maybe they do. Hanging sections for long formals. Men's closets can maximize vertical space by hanging double rods. Install the top hanging rod at the top of your closet system, then install the second rod below in the midway. This will let you halfway. That way you can fit double items in the same amount of space. You can put your shirts and then your slacks. But I'll tell you how we've done my husband's, just because his system he doesn't have a lot of he doesn't have to wear suit and ties or dress shirts and ties to work. So we've got a little different system. But um, so hang men's dress shirts on the top rods, hang the men's pants on the bottom rods. It just maximizes space. Gather your pants and place them on the bottom rod. This allows you to visualize quickly which pants will go with which tops. In my closet, I have all my blouses light to dark and my pants dark to light. That way I can kind of match them up that way. But you can, whatever system works for you. And to keep your pants wrinkle free, fold the pants lengthwise, then fold them over the hanger. You can store both dress pants and more casual pants like jeans in this way. Now, I have a little different system with my husband. He folds his dressy casual pants and we put them in the drawer. But my husband has, we talked about closet space. We have fairly good closet space, and drawer space. So my husband has lots of closet space and drawer space, so he has his pants in the drawers, but he also has hooks. I put hooks this year in the closet so he can just hang his jeans on the back belt loop on those hooks. His jeans are the other items that he takes right out of the wash machine, and he does not put them in the dryer. So I thought maybe the hooks would be better, or he can put them in his drawer. There's space either way. To keep his shoes organized, I have all his boots, slip-on sandals, and yard shoes lined up on the floor in the closet. But I have that cube shelf, and we have his nicer shoes. Right now, his nicer shoes are his tennis shoes, but his nicer tennis shoes that he goes out in instead of around the house in, that he wants to keep nice and clean, those are in the cubes, the hanging cubes. So we're not sure if we're going to use what the cube's going to keep being used for, his shoes or casual clothes, but right now that's how we have it set up. Now, we already talked a little bit about seasonal clothes, keeping your seasonal clothes separate from your regular clothes. In our case, my husband does not have a lot of winter clothes because he gets hot really easily, and it stays hot here almost year round. We rarely have cold days. So in the closet, on the instead of having his pants on that bottom rod in his closet, he has his short sleeve, long sleeve shirts, short sleeves first, and then his long sleeve shirts. And on the bottom rod, I have all his computer and small travel bags hung up, and then his coats and jackets in the back corner because it rarely gets cold. And I already told you about my winter clothes. My sweaters, gloves, and scarves are traded out seasonally with the swimwear in my drawer. You could do that for your husband as well. Identify items that you don't regularly wear, whether they are for a different season or a specific activity. These articles can be placed higher up in the closet, maybe on the closet shelf, and changed out seasonally, or under your bed for storage. Consider placing them in the bin on the top shelf until you need them. Now, adding specialized storage for small accessories. Now, we don't necessarily need that. My husband has these felt lined drawers that he can put stuff in. But in my husband's closet, we have large bins on the top shelf. There is a bin for his extra diabetic items, his childhood memorabilia like videos and cassette tapes that have family stuff on them, pictures, extra electronics in another bin, extra home improvement items in another bin like little plug outlet covers and hinges and just little tiny fixer-upper items. and then a basket with hunting and fishing on the top shelf. Now, on the bottom floor, where we already talked about his shoes, one side is his toolbox so that it's handy to put things back. And then on this other corner, he has all his hunting rifles there. Now, we do not have children or grandchildren, so our children are grown and out of the house, and we do not have any grandchildren. So, right now, that is a safe place for them. Um, Now we have hooks on the inside of his closet door for his belt and his uh, the caps that he grabs most often. And on the wall on either side of the door, inside the closet, there are 3 ties because he doesn't wear ties. Those are just in case ties, hunting caps, and his hunting backpack. It has stuff ready for when he goes hunting. And then all other little tiny accessories like rings and stuff like that is in a felt lined drawer in his dresser. Now, a collection, now my husband does not have these items, but if you have a collection of watches, sunglasses, cufflinks, and he does have a small wallet, but you can usually toss those usually get tossed on the top of the bedside table, so you can either create a dish or a bin for those items on a shelf, or use a bin inside a drawer to store. This way you know exactly where to find them. Now, in my husband's case, his wallet is very thin, so it probably just goes on top of his chest of drawers, or in that felt drawer, shallow felt drawer. Um, but I do have things like his extra cell phone stuff and extra sunglass stuff in a bin in his top drawer of his chest drawer. But we're going to talk about chest drawers in the next episode. Now, if you wear if you wear lots of ties or ties every day, there are special storage accessories like the hangers, like tie hangers that are available if you want to store your ties in a hanging section of the closet. Another option is to roll your ties up and place them in a drawer. Either way, consider sorting by solid versus pattern, or organizing by color so you can quickly find a tie that suits you. When my husband had to wear a tie every day, instead of where his belts are now and his daily caps, that would all be full of ties instead, and then the caps and stuff. And my husband still has extra caps. He has his hunting caps, of course, on the wall, but then he has all his other caps. I've put them in the corners of his closet shelf because nothing really fits in that corner, so I just put half of his caps and half of his caps. Now, utilize, this is our 8th tip and final tip, utilize the 1-year rule. Once a year, I hang all the clothes hangers backwards in his closet. His clothes are still facing frontwards, but the hangers are backwards. This way, at the end of the year, I know if that hanger is still hanging backwards with an item on it, I know what he has not worn in a year. I mean, a whole year, if it's still on the hanger that's backwards, because he's not going to put his clothes back on a backwards hanger. Then I know he hasn't worn it all year, and that can be donated donated. So if you haven't worn something in a year, it's time to donate it to someone in need. This will ensure the item is being used and will help clear out your clutter. It also makes room for new items that fit maybe the latest trends. Maybe there's something new that you like that you would like to purchase. We also like the one in and one out rule. Anytime you buy a new piece of clothing or a new item that needs to fit in the closet, see if there's anything in your closet that you can donate first. Um, so that is how you organize a man's closet, and these ideas can be used for any person. And also how I've organized my husband's closet so that you have different ideas for different personalities and different ways of doing things. So I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you come back for the next one. That will be how we've organized the chest of drawers and his side table. And I will see you on the next podcast. Thank you for watching.